right, welcome back, guys, to another episode of Today in the Shop. Now, Today in the Shop is a series where we cover bits and pieces of some of the general shop that we have going here through Stellarville. So check this out. This episode, we have our very own Moscow Mule. All right, guys, now we wheel this thing 3 weekends in a row. This thing I've been on Rubicon Trail back to back to back. So we just got back from the trail yesterday. This thing takes a beating. It does great work. Now, it does get used up. So a couple of things I want to point out and a couple of things that we're adding to this thing to make it a bit better. As you already may know, Rubicon Trail is a pretty intense trail. A lot of big rocks, big boulders, big granite. Now, all of that stuff takes a big toll on your truck. So to give you an example, our links get absolutely beat. Our axles, our drive lines, our skid plate, everything gets trashed. We do our best to kind of go over everything, but there's no way without getting your underbelly beat up. Now, to give you an example, this link right here, if you look at it from the top, you can see this thing kind of bananaed its way out. It's not straight anymore, it's bent, it's beat. The standard in the industry is to use this stuff right here. So this is a DOM 2-inch quarter wall. This is a pretty gnarly link. Most of the time it holds up to its use. I mean, all these links are good, except this guy. Mule is not necessarily the lightest vehicle, so now I'm not even sure exactly where this happened, but we came off a rock and completely built this thing out of shape. So if you look at it from the side, this thing is no good. I mean, we can still adjust it with alignment and all that, but this is a perfect opportunity to upgrade to something better. These links are super beefy. They take a lot of abuse. They do act as sliders, so when you come off rocks, they take all the hits. Now, we bent this thing. It's already cockeyed, it's crooked. So rather than just replacing one, we're gonna upgrade every single corner to something even better, and that's what we have here. So what we have here are aluminum links from Hammer Down Enterprises. These are 7075 T6 aluminum solid links for all of our links that we have here on the Mule. I'm super excited about getting these on the truck, particularly because they look incredible. I mean, I love how aluminum looks under a truck. Definitely race car mods. Now, these, like I said, are made down, Hammer Down Enterprises. The guys are local to us. They're located in Auburn here, and they specialize in mostly UTV stuff, but they're getting into a crawler market, into off-road market, and they make these links to order. So now, if you have if you got a crawler, if you want to upgrade your stuff, you can just hit them up. Tell them your lanes, tell them your dimensions, they'll make your joint for your application with all sorts of custom options, threads, and all that. So now, earlier I said upgrade. This is definitely an upgrade because with aluminum, you have a benefit to spring back into place rather than bending the whole link. It will just bounce back and retain its shape. Now, of course, if you hit this thing hard enough, it will bend, but a lot of the reason why people run this stuff is because they can just slide over rocks and not really get deformed. Being a rock crawler, this thing was built for its purpose just to cover rocks and just do crazy terrain. But over time, it kind of evolved into more of a daily driver. Now, I will say this, I drive this thing a lot. I drive this thing home, I drop off my kids in this thing, I drive it to the trail, from the trail, just all over the place. I mean, I want to say in the last couple of months, I put thousands of miles on this truck. A daily driver, I'm 42s right here. So now, to take it next step further, we want a little bit more comfort out of this truck. Originally, this thing was built with Heim joints. Now, the joints are really nice. The joints are TMR, they're from Canada, solid joint. We actually have no problems with them at all, but it's a stiff, hard mounted joint. So when you drive in the street, you absolutely feel everything, which means all the road noise, all the vibration, you feel everything in your butt, in your steering wheel. Now, having said that, we're gonna make this thing a lot more comfortable by using none other but joints from Metal Cloak. Okay, so what we have here is the joint from Metal Cloak. This is their Duraflex joint. Now, this is what they use in all of Metal Cloak lift kits. So if you ever driven the Jeep with Metal Cloak lift kits, they drive absolutely amazing. They feel great on the road, off-road. I mean, you can wheel all day, get on the highway and cruise with no problems at all, no vibrations, no concerns whatsoever. And a lot of it has to do with using these joints. Now, this is something that you'd find on some aftermarket suspension, some links, as well as the OE application where you see the bushing is pressed into the lollipop. All right, so now comparing the two, what does that mean? So this bushing is pressed in, it lives, it doesn't have much flex, it's kind of sits where it's at. A notable feature on these joints is that the fact that they're rebuildable. Now, if you notice, they do have a C-clip inside which locks in the bushing within the lollipop housing. Now, once it's in there, this joint, the bushing itself, moves freely independently of the housing itself. So now, like any other rubber component, it dries out, it wears out over time. So you can get this C-clip popped out, new bushing can just be popped in and be put back together. Now to finish it off, this is the forged joint, and as well as this thing comes with zinc coating, which is going to protect you and prevent any sort of corrosion in the future. Also, being 1.25 inch, which is pretty much a standard in the raw crawlings, this thing will just screw right in. Okay, with that being said, we got the best joints, we got the best links in the house, so we're gonna put these all together and get them on the truck. Okay, so we're at a point, so we got our first link installed. We got the Metal Cloak joints on. Just want to show you guys the difference between the Hammer Down Enterprises aluminum links and the factory, or I guess the original links that we installed in this truck when it was built. So you can tell 2-inch difference. This is 2.25. Definitely a much beefier link. I mean, it looks great underneath the truck. Now, we also replaced the joint up top, on the top of the link, and we ended up not replacing the link itself because it has a bend. So when we originally built the truck, it needed a little bit more clearance to clearance the oil pan. So we kept the link, but it's still getting a set of new joints. All right, guys, so quick little tip on as far as setting up your new links. So here we have our existing link that we pulled off the truck, and we already assembled the new link. And to give you as an example, the link measures to 40 inches. And rather than trying to line up with the ruler and all that to match your existing link, you can just take a 5/8 bolt. That's the bolt that we use in this application. And just line it up this way. So if the bolt lines up and it's straight, then you're good to go.
That means it's the same length now, right?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Same length setup right here. All right, well, now we're gonna do the rest. This segment is brought to you by Quick Maths Kyle. I'm Kyle, and this is Quick Math. All right, so what we have going on here is we have our steel link and we have our aluminum link. We have our TMR joints, and this is the new Metal Cloak joint. So we're gonna compare the two and see what the difference in weight is. And here we have our scale that we use for science. So here we go, let's check this out. All right, so what do we got here? 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Yes, all right. Here we go. This is the steel link. Now keep in mind, this is the shorter link, so it may weigh less than some of the longer ones. Where are we at? 22.4 pounds. All right, let's check it out. Now moving on to the new aluminum link. Boom, we come in at 18.7 pounds. So let's bring out a little handy dandy calculator. 22.4 minus 18.7. We have 3.7 pound difference. Okay, so we have a 3.7 pound difference between the links. Now we're just gonna, for the sake of this test, we're gonna round up to 4 pounds, considering some of the links are longer. So let's see, 4 pounds times 6 links that we replaced, we're at 24 pounds. Now let's see if that really makes a real world difference. Now, some of you may think 24 pounds is not gonna make a big difference in a big, huge off-road truck like this, but we'll see what difference it does make. What we have here is good old American Budweiser beer. 30 cans, 30 packs. So let's see what this comes in at. Boom, 25 pounds. So, which means I can carry this on the trail without any sort of difference on weight. So this makes a difference, this mod makes a difference. So Keep in mind, upgrade your links, you get a free case of beer.
Kyle approved?
Huh?
Kyle approved?
Yeah, Kyle approved. Now, this segment has been brought to you by Quick Maths Kyle. He pops in every once in a while in the videos just to prove science.
Science.
No need to guess, no riddle. I felt blessed when the flex went civil. And this year, man, I wanna see it triple. Pray more, say less, that's official. It made me walk or the talk like it's minor. One call and it's like tear my eyes up. You thought Gucci would bless your life up. My kind of drips from a different designer. New style and I love it. Man, I'm getting off quick with the cuzzy. When they set new heights, we fly above it. It's a miracle, you see the way it's hit the ground running. He don't set my pace, no when I meet. No, one time flex on a bass, the melody. Oh, that's my life, that's right, that's LV. I'ma be a blessing, right, for the legacy. I'm blessed. Too real, this ain't metaphoric. I'm blessed.
All right, so hold on. All right, so it's the end of the day, wrapping things up. Everything is buttoned up on the Moscow Mule. Suspension's tight, links are tight, so we're excited to take this thing on the trail, take this down the highway, and see how it does. So stay tuned for more episodes and the follow-up on how this thing does.
Man, I'm getting off quick with the cuzzy. When they set new heights, we fly above it. It's a miracle, you see the way it's hit the ground running. He don't set my pace, no when I meet. No, one time flex on that bass, the melody. Oh, that's my life, that's right, that's LV. I'ma be a blessing, right, for the legacy. I'm blessed.
Feels better already?
Too real, this ain't metaphoric. I'm blessed.
All right, so the link is bent. We're gonna replace it with something even beefier on all four corners, which look at my pinion. For its size, how big it is, it doesn't weigh a lot. It feels like really light. Race car things. I can just see your Ozzy just through my ear. All right, now these are some big joints. Where did I end up? All right, guys, so now,